As part of Jerome Powell's confirmation hearing, he spoke today in front of the U.S. Senate Committee for Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. We're going to bring you up to speed on what happened during that confirmation hearing. And then we're also going to talk about a company that just announced preliminary fourth quarter results that ended up being pretty darn good, actually ahead of expectations. So I'm excited to share that with you. So stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to the TipRanks YouTube channel. I'm Richard Allen. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I'm going to bring you up to speed on what Jerome Powell had to say today at his confirmation hearing. And then we're also going to talk about Fubo TV releasing their preliminary fourth quarter results, and they're actually ahead of guidance, so that's pretty good. So we're going to talk about that as well towards the end of this video. But how did the major indices fare today? Let's jump right over to TipRanks.com. I want to show you guys the S&P 500 was up almost 1%, up 0.92% today, followed by the Dow Jones up 0.51%, and then the NASDAQ going up almost 1.5% today. Bitcoin has also recovered nicely above 40,000 for a short period of time. They did dip below that just a couple days ago. Has recovered nicely from those levels. But based on the strong day in the major indices and Bitcoin having a recovery as well, Jerome Powell must have said something pretty darn good. Well, he sort of did. He said the economy is strong. Here's what he had to say. He says, as we move through this year, if things develop as expected, we'll be normalizing policy, meaning we're going to end our asset purchases in March, meaning we'll be raising rates over the course of the year. And at some point, perhaps later this year, we will start to allow the balance sheet to run off, and that's just the road to normalizing policy. He also said if we see inflation persisting at high levels longer than expected, then if we have to raise interest rates more over time, we will. We will use our tools to get inflation back. Now, the Fed has done a lot over the last several years to help the economy out. Unemployment rate dropped to 3.9% as of December, which is pretty darn good. But inflation is still running pretty hot. It looks like the last year-over-year figure we're going to see is about 7%, which is really high. So there is more that needs to be done to curb inflation, or we're going to have huge setbacks in the employment line as well. But let's jump over and talk about Fubo TV. We've talked about Fubo a couple times on this channel. Fubo TV, ticker symbol FUBO, is a competitor to the likes of, let's say, Roku, Disney Plus, Netflix, things like that. But what they're doing is really, they have a high focus on sports streaming as well. So they announced preliminary fourth quarter results yesterday and had a fantastic day today, up 9%. But take a peek at this. Moderate buy based on 9 ratings with an average upside of almost 160% over the next 12 months. Pretty good upside. But let's go over the preliminary subscriber growth as well as the different guidance that they gave for the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter 2021 total revenue is expected to be between 215 to 220 million, an increase of 105 to 109% year over year. Prior guidance was 205 to 210 million for the quarter, so that's a nice beat there. Full year 2021 total revenue is expected to be between 622 to 627 million. Prior guidance was 612 to 617 million. That was growth of almost 140% year over year. Very impressive numbers there. Fourth quarter 2021 advertising revenue is expected to be over 25 million, an increase in excess of 90% year over year, and crossing an annual run rate of $100 million. Paid subscribers at year end are expected to exceed 1.1 million, an increase of more than 100% year over year. All right, again, Fubo TV, 9% up today, moderate buy based on 9 ratings with an average upside of almost 160% over the next 12 months. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on both the market, but also Fubo TV, because we've talked about that stock on this channel. And I know I brought you guys the increased guidance that they gave at the third quarter meeting. It was exciting to see that they're beating their fourth quarter guidance. I definitely like to see that. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. As always, if you learned something new or found any value in this video at all, let me know by clicking that like button and that subscribe button down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.